Welcome to my show. My name is Marcell Johnson, and this is a film experience.
Man,
Yes, sir.
let's go, man.
know
So
it.
y'all don't even have a clue how happy I am today. I'm so excited because I have my brother here with me. If y'all have not known, like I've been doing this for a minute. I had something called, I think it was Kingdom Kid Interviews.
Yeah.
It was back in the, it was a few years ago. And my brother was one of the first guests on there. You know what I
Yes,
mean? His
sir.
name is Cannan, Cleveland. We like to call him Cleve.
The
What's
one and
poppin', bro?
only,
What's
my
poppin', bro?
boy.
I'm so
It's
happy to
always
have
a
you
blessing.
back.
It's always a blessing, bro.
Listen,
Always a
man,
blessing, bro.
my bro did an interview back then, right before he was going to the Army.
Yeah.
Or was you in the Army?
I was in the Army, but I wasn't even like stationed yet. I was still in training. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So it was right in the beginning stages, but it's been 3-4 years later,
Yep.
and now he has so much to talk about. I'm so glad that y'all are here today. I ask that you would like, comment, subscribe.
Got
I
you.
always tell you share with your peoples, man. So can y'all believe we back? This is season 2.
It's crazy. Gotta have the best opening. We all the best. Don't get it wrong. We all the best. We got a special best open up season 2.
Facts, bro. Period. So, but the reason why I like the fact that you're here is because you set the tone. And season 2 is, man, it's gonna be raw. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be uncut, and everybody's just free to be themselves. So that's what we're doing today, man. So the first thing I want to say is that I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it,
As a
bro.
big brother,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
proud of you.
Appreciate it.
You've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And I know what you've been
Yeah.
through. Like, forget what, you know what I'm saying, our family that here that might not, that's getting to know you. I know you,
Yeah.
and you've been through so much.
Yeah.
So I first just want to tell you I'm proud of you.
Appreciate it. I'm proud of you, too.
And congratulations. Thank you, bro.
Look at that. I'm on your show. Hey, we all doing it. We all
Let's-
doing it. Salute to everybody.
Salute. You feel me?
Salute to everybody.
So one thing my bro said to me, I'm gonna introduce him with a title that I want y'all to remember him by. It's Cannan Cleveland is his name, right? So he's a U.S. Army veteran.
You know it.
Thank
Know
you
it.
for your service.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate
Period.
it. Yes, sir.
He's a business entrepreneur.
We speaking that into existence.
We speaking out.
We
Come
gonna
on.
speak into
We-
existence.
Yeah. The last one is my favorite, though. I gotta tell you, he's a soldier for who?
For God. Yeah. Before anybody else. Before anybody else.
You don't realize that
law,
before
yeah.
anybody else, I'm a
Anybody else.
soldier for God. So even though he might be physically in the army, he's spiritually in the army of God. And so are you. I love that you said that, bro. Man, so my bro, the testimony today, we're going to talk about so much things like mental health.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what it looks like to be in the army and be black. We're going to talk about family dynamics and breaking generational curses. We're going to talk about childhood traumas, and we're going to cover so much more. And I know that there's something in there that you can relate to. So if you can relate to it, you know what I'm saying, leave something in the comment section. Let us know how you feel. Let us know what it is that you can relate to so that we can keep these episodes flowing. You feel me? So, bro, let me ask you, what's in your mind as far as like before you started the army, your expectations compared to now you experienced it?
Okay, so it's just a little bit just like everything with life. You could think something's gonna be one thing,
Okay.
but it's always gonna be a little bit different. You know,
What's
when
different about it?
So I was kind of expecting more of. I don't want to throw any shade on the army. Like it was definitely good. It was definitely experience that I needed to do and to grow. And the most important thing it taught me is just how to deal with people. Because not everybody has your best interest in mind. I don't care what you're doing in life. I don't care if it's a boss, it's a sergeant, or anything like that in your life. Not everybody has your best intentions, and you can not want to do any harm to anybody, but people will still try to do some harm to you, and you think it'll be cool.
So who do you think didn't have your best intentions? What are you saying directly?
Just people within different positions, like they'll just do certain stuff or try to get you to say certain stuff, but then it pops back up later in a negative light.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even meant that way, but they'll kind of throw it back. So you just got to kind of watch what you say and
Watch
just
what you
govern
say.
everything around you and just, have your best interest in mind.
Because everybody don't always have your best interest in
Exactly.
mind. So you might get hired. There might be somebody you're dating. Anything could be
Exactly,
happening,
yeah.
but they have their own motive and intention. So you have to really test the spirit.
Exactly.
And figure out what is it that you're trying to do. So how did you handle those situations?
It was hard at first, you know, because it caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But I had to grow as a person too. You know what I'm saying?
Don't we
I had
all?
to open my eyes. I take the positive out the negative.
That's right. That's
A
right.
couple
that's right.
people got over on me, but as long as I learn from it, and that's the last time somebody gets over me in that manner,
Come on.
then I'll be cool. You get what I'm saying?
So you learn from your
You got
mistakes.
to. You got to. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
important that you learn from the experience. Like I was just talking to somebody today who I life coach, and it actually happens to be a friend. And I said, when you go through stuff, you gotta ask, what is this here to teach me?
Exactly.
Like it's there to teach me something. So you learned that. So a lot of people don't realize, bro, that Army, the price that you pay is like mental health.
Exactly.
They
That's
overlook
exactly
it.
what it is. Yep.
What do you think, and what do you say as far as the aspect is the Army and mental health?
So as far as how it's connected to each other.
Yeah, or like what are the effects of Army? How does it affect your mental health?
Okay, so the part that affects people and just different soldiers the most, I feel like, is the constant grasp that it has on you. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean by that?
So everyone's experience in the Army is different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everything shifts it from your first line all the way up to your chain of command to where you're stationed at. So some people can have the best experience in the world because they work with the best, they got stationed at the best place, all that stuff. So it was great to them. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Right.
But some people be 18, 19, fresh out of high school. Then they just get like the worst location, the worst leadership that don't really care about them, and it's rough.
So change.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Definitely the change.
Sorry.
And it's a thing where it's like a regular job, you can say, okay, enough is enough, and you can walk away. But the Army is one of them things where it kind of, you can't walk away. You know, you got to sit in whatever you put in, whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, you kind of got to sit in it and learn how to deal with it and embrace the suck. It's hard on a lot of people, you know. It's definitely not easy. It's not easy.
And that's how I can understand that your mental health will go crazy if you're put in a situation that you can't change. In a lot of aspects, the thing I was going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off, is that
bro.
people like you live in Germany. So he's from Pittsburgh, but he lives in Germany. You feel me? I think just being physically moved out of your location can cause a lot of mental health because everything about life is shifted. How did that affect you?
So just moving now, honestly, it showed me a lot, not even just about aspects of the Army. When you kind of take yourself out of your current situation and you can't provide or not provide, just do favors and do for certain people every day like you used to, like you really kind of see people fade away. You get what I'm saying? Like
I never thought about that.
I seen a lot of people like fade away just on weird stuff like, okay, you know what I'm saying? If they not hit me up, I'll extend the olive branch myself. I'll hit them up first, just kind of like, but you know when you was back in the city giving people rides and doing favors for people, your line's always ringing. But when you 4,000 miles away in Germany, you know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing for nobody. You're going to see who really checks your line or make sure your mom's is cool, just simple stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it lets you see who's really for you, who's not.
So that's
because the people for you sticks by your side.
Exactly. So that's what I say the best thing of moving away was. It's kind of like I kind of seen like who was really holding it down and who wasn't. You didn't have to do too much. Just a simple text or just staying in touch. That's all it take, you know? That's all it take.
What's so crazy about that, bro, is that in life when people are on their journey and this is for y'all at home too. If you're at home and you're going through your journey or you see somebody else going through their journey and you do love them, right? At least reach out. A text, a reach out, telling them you're proud of them, telling them, you know what I'm saying, seeing how they are, a check-in. Me and my family have check-ins. So it's like checking on your people so that they can know you're a real one. If not, they're going to have the same response my bro feel. But I wanted to talk about a little bit about how the Army can cause certain people to have mental health issues. I mean, not mental health, suicide. How does suicide affect? Because you told me a lot of people in the Army have suicidal thoughts.
The suicide rate in the Army is definitely high because, like, so for the most part, let's be real. The average person going on to the Army, we not perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's why we joined in the first place. Is probably because a lot of stuff wasn't working out for us, and it was like that recruiter gave us, they offered us something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I joined the Army. But the recruiter was the first person to give me hope. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So then a lot of people, they not even coming from the best predicament back where they coming from in the first place. And the Army is like they last straw. And then like I said, when they get there and it's not kind of what you expect, and you kind of see how people are like backstabbing people just for positions and just, it's too much for some people because he probably was already on his last leg and you didn't kick them off. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even realize that. You know, you don't know what people go through. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're in there and everything's shifting and changing around you. Nobody's really for you. Everybody's really just,
you see your friends that you thought you had start to fade away. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to get used and acclimated to this Army life. It's not a job, it's a lifestyle. You got to get used to, you know what I'm saying? They can always call you back in. They can always mess with you. So it's already like you might already be in this place, you know what I'm saying? You haven't even got help to improve where you at. You just getting, you know what I'm saying? You just getting whatever the Army's throwing at you.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that every veteran should have like a psychologist or should have some type of therapy as they're in the Army? Because I think it is wrong to just throw people in suits and put them out there with so much responsibility without giving them any type of mental support. Do you have therapy? Do you have people in there that can help
there's
you?
definitely, that's one thing I tell you. If you're in the Army, like, use those programs, like the suicide awareness programs. There's definitely a lot of programs. I never use one personally, but I would suggest there's definitely a lot of good people that want to help soldiers, you know? So
Did you ever feel suicidal?
Suicidal, no, but depression, most definitely.
Yeah.
And I always felt like I was a person like, no, I ain't gonna get depressed or like, but nah, it's real, you know?
It's real.
It's definitely real. Yeah.
So I just want to speak to anybody at home who is suffering with suicide. Even if you're not in the Army, man, the devil is such a liar. He wants you to kill yourself before you see the glory of God show up in your life. So there's a number on the bottom of the screen right now. You can call that number. You can sit there and talk to them about whatever. Don't kill yourself. Prevent yourself from killing yourself, and just stick around a little bit longer and see how the story unfolds. Because God's with you. What would you say to somebody at home that's sitting there at the crib that literally feels like this is their last? They're done. They're over it, bro.
And it's not a weak feeling at all. You know, don't let people make it seem like people that are suicidal or weak or something like that. It's actually a very like normal feeling, you know, because we all go through a lot of stuff. And I've had like times where it's be like I felt a certain way where I was like, dang, I didn't ever felt like I feel like this. You know, it's definitely normal. You got to find a way to cope with it. They always say talk to somebody, but some people don't like talking to people, you know? So maybe be going to the gym or like maybe even finding somebody online to talk to where it's just kind of words and not a person. But you got to kind of find some type of way and you got to reach out, you know?
Yeah, so figure out an outlet that works for you. The ones that work for me best is talking to God because he literally puts something in your possession to change that. So like when you talking to somebody who's in control of everything, he's the one that really going to help you. But like my bro said, just sometimes getting a pattern, getting a lifestyle, changing hobbies. Your lifestyle. Hobbies, getting stuff that really make you feel passionate about life can change that thought process too. But like I said, hit that number at the bottom of the screen if you're going through that. But bro, something else is COVID.
COVID. What?
What effects did COVID have, bro?
Man, COVID was the best thing that happened to me.
What?
The best thing that happened to me.
He said the best thing that happened to him, bro.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So the reason that COVID was the best thing that happened to me is because it slowed everything down. It slowed down everything from the clubbing to the party. It slowed down my everyday life. So I was able to just kind of like stop, take a break, and reevaluate a lot of stuff. Because when everything's boom, 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 a move this weekend, a move that weekend, party here, a party there, it's like, oh, okay, boom, 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 we doing stuff. But when there ain't nothing to do, you know what I'm saying, you can sit down and like, okay, you can think. You can think.
So what did you end up thinking about?
Just a lot of past traumas and stuff, a lot of stuff that I was kind of doing.
Come on.
And why I was doing it, you know, I had a lot of time to think, like, especially go ahead.
Because I know before that you were drinking heavy.
You
were partying. Every time I checked on my little bro, he was drunk, he was drinking, going out, he was turned. You know what I'm saying? And then it was to the point that I even did some life coaching with you. I did some life coaching with him and just gave him some tools. And man, like God transformed that and turned it around. But it's crazy that through you just becoming introspective, through you looking, sometimes you got to sit still.
You got to.
You got to get off the game, get off the internet and sit still and just be quiet and listen to God. So what did God say to you when you got off of everything and you were in COVID?
So it was just like, I know a lot of past stuff that I was doing was making me receive a lot of comments on just, okay, like you wild and all, you doing a lot of stuff. But I really wasn't hearing it, you know. I was still going through a lot of stuff, but I didn't realize it. That was the part. Is that I thought I was having fun, but I was really just trying to like, I had a lot of pain with just drinking and partying and going out and stuff.
Facts.
You know, so once that slowed down and I started drinking, it's like, okay, get drunk for what? You feel me? Like every time you getting drunk and stuff, something bad happening, you definitely don't need a reason to drink now because there ain't no clubs open. So drink for what? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you must really have a problem then. You feel me? So it really opened my eyes, and that's when I started to like fix a lot of stuff within myself personally.
So like I know we talked about childhood traumas and different stuff like that. What are some things in your childhood that you feel like were traumatic that affected you as an adult?
So the biggest thing, most definitely, RIP to my dad, is my senior year losing my dad. That was like the most traumatic thing. It really messed me up a lot.
Yeah.
It knocked me off my track, like a lot.
Grief. People don't realize, like, I lost my father too, bro.
Yeah.
But people don't realize that grief and death of a person that you love really is traumatic.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and I had a concrete plan of what I wanted to do.
Right.
Like, as far as like being a high school football player,
Yup.
trying to get my GPA up. I was trying to do the college stuff. I was taking AP classes, all
Facts.
that. I had a plan. And when that happened, when I say derailed me, like it just like boom, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
it changed
crazy.
up everything.
And when it changed it, I think that it made you just get so thrown off. And sometimes in life, things happen that throws us off. And you got to be willing to be thrown off.
Yeah.
Because sometimes God's throwing you into what's right for you.
Exactly.
And that path you were going to be on wasn't right. He's always protecting and overlooking us. So when your dad died, what are some things that you felt that changed from when he was alive?
I had to be real with myself. Like, there was just certain stuff like I just didn't get into, like, as far as just doing certain stuff. Like, I seen my attendance at school was just dropped. Like, and that's something I kind of took a little bit of pride in. Like, okay, I'm gonna at least go to school. I might not be the best student, but I'll go to school regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to go to school no more. I wasn't worried about. I was like, let's get high. You feel me? Like, I was just finding out the next way to get on my high, you know, to cope with it, like just to forget about it, you know?
So if somebody's dealing with grief at the crib right now, what would you tell them as far as helping them overcome it? Because a lot of people that watch this, they just lost somebody, a child, a mother. How would you tell them, or what are some tools that'll help them kind of process grief?
Just know it's not no fast process. Like, I'm still hurt from it. Like, it's not fast. It ain't going to really just go away. You always going to think about it.
True.
But you just got to know that it's just going to be your everyday life, you know, and life goes forward, you know. The world's not going to stop. You know, you just got to keep pushing forward. It definitely sucks, but you got to do what makes them proud, you know. Like, what would they want you to do? It's definitely not just let life pass you by. You got to turn up for them, because that's really the only thing that's guaranteed in life.
Wow.
It sucks to say it, but death is the only thing that's guaranteed in life.
Wow.
So you're going to deal with it. It's going to happen. So, you know, you got to get used to it, you know.
Some revelation that God gave me is that even when your parents or whoever leaves their body and they're present with him, to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? They're still rooting for you. They're still aware of it, and they're still watching over you. So you got to realize, like my bro said, don't give up on life. Just turn up in life. You know what I mean? Turn up, because his dad's still watching him. My dad's still watching me, and we gonna give him a show. You know what I mean? We got to give him a show. So just meditate, think about the good times. And also, what would you say to some people who still have maybe their parents or people that they love, not to take people for granted?
Yeah. Definitely cherish the time you got with people. Like, I would have never really expected it. Like, we kind of, like, he was getting sick over time, but like, I'd have never expected it like that, or else I'd have did a couple things different, you know? One thing that bothers me about that situation, I don't really tell too many people, is that actually when I had found him like dead on the couch, I was going in there to talk to him, because we hadn't had a man-to-man conversation in so long, because it was just like I was getting older. I was getting caught up in the wrong stuff. And like, we hadn't had a man-to-man conversation in a long time. And I had really went in the living room to go talk to him, just to chop it up with him on some man-to-man. That's when I found him, you know? So that's definitely something that messes with me, because I never got to have that talk with him. You know,
talked about that.
Yeah.
So tell them what I told you to do as far as that.
Pray on it, definitely.
And I told you to do what? You forgot.
Yeah, what was it?
Write a letter.
Yeah, you definitely
I said, if your parents are dead
definitely
and you feel like you didn't get to say something, write a letter to them, and then you ask God, can you give this to my parents and let them know this is how I felt? God will honor that, and he will give them the letter, whether it's a child, a parent, a cousin, whatever, grandma. You ask God to give them that letter, and they will. So you still got to do that.
Yeah, I got you.
That was one of my life coaching skills for him.
Definitely was.
So get on that.
Definitely.
Get on that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, though, the high school stuff.
Yeah.
Like how the high school things affected you in the relationships. What would you say about that? Because I know you've grown so much.
Yeah. So that high school stuff is high school stuff. Remember
it's high school stuff.
It's not grown man. It's not grown woman stuff. It's not business stuff. It's not money stuff. It's high school stuff. So you know what I'm saying? That's about what you do after the high school. And if you're not doing too well in high school right now, don't stress on it. Don't trip on it. Because I'm not going to lie to you. They're not teaching you the best stuff anyway, I feel like, to be successful.
Come on,
like,
let's get into it.
If you're not good at English because you can't.
Yeah, let's get into it.
I couldn't write them Shakespeare essays. I almost refused. I almost refused to write them Shakespeare essays. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
But at the end of the day, I never needed Shakespeare. Like, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to invest in, like, do different stuff, that rental properties and real estate and all that stuff that's really going to make you some money. You know what I'm saying?
I know a story that he shared with me, y'all, where he talked about there was somebody in school that used to get picked on. And everybody else would treat this person bad. And my bro treated him regular. He respected dude. And now it turns out dude is like almost a millionaire. And he's helping you. So that was where I was going. That's where I was going with high school.
Shout out to the GOAT, Robbie Jackson. That's my boy. He's definitely blessing me with my next opportunity. He's definitely blessing me with my next opportunity. He's definitely somebody I look up to that's doing it the right way. And he's blessing people with opportunity.
Come on.
So that's why, shout out to Robbie. But they know no one would have ever thought Robbie would turn up like this.
See?
Like, they tried to play Robbie back in
school. You
got to
be careful. So what's the lesson in that?
The way you treat people, you in high school, I don't care what grade you're in, the way you treat people today can really block a blessing for you tomorrow.
That's for adults too.
I don't care. That's for people in the army, anything, rank, anything.
Yeah.
You can really block a blessing down the road that'll be worth $1 million, $100 million over some $5 fame.
Some $5 fame. And something that you told me was that in the Army, people treat you different based off the rank.
Yeah, for sure.
So what does that mean? Because there's people at home that don't get that.
So there's definitely people in there that's real, that's going to treat you like a person.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why I feel like a lot of people are messed up, is because like it's so fake in a sense that people respect rank but not real. You know what I'm saying? That's so fake to me. That's so fake to me.
Say that again.
People respect rank and not real. And my real ones in the Army, y'all know, because we talk about this every day.
But that translate that to life in general.
Yeah.
People respect social media, clout, money, fame, but they don't respect things that are real.
Yep.
That's a lesson.
For real.
That's a lesson.
That's what it is. And
it's
sad too.
Yeah.
It's sad too, because that won't get you far.
That don't get you far. How do you deal with social media?
You got to take everything with a grain of salt. Like, social media, it kind of irks me sometimes.
Why?
Because it's just, you see the way people talk on certain subjects. Like, if you don't understand a subject, you can still respect it. You know what I'm saying? Just with certain movements to certain people, like, you just see disrespect every day. People making it cool to disrespect dead people. And it's a lot of stuff. I feel like it's really backwards. So you got to have a mind of your own. You gotta
and not let it influence you too much. And one thing about it is that, like you said, people comment on people's dead, whatever relatives. It's just really gritty on social media. But I wanted to say, man, like, one thing that you dealt with, and you never know what somebody's going to deal with on social media.
Exactly.
Like what they're really going through or what they're thinking behind the scenes. Most people are damaged and they're just projecting that onto you. But with your childhood traumas, bro, like besides your dad dying, what are some other things you experienced that affected you?
So the person I consider my dad that died is my stepdad, obviously.
That's right.
So that's why I view as my dad. That raised me. That's my dad. You know what I'm saying? But on my biological dad's side, there's a lot of trauma there in the fact of like, I don't know my lineage.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying?
You don't even know that side of the family.
I don't even know that side.
And why?
And I got a whole bunch of siblings. We all in Pittsburgh and stuff. And we don't even know each other.
Wow.
So when I was younger, like, it didn't mean too much because like you only worried about your certain situation, like your current situation.
Right.
Okay, I was only worried about my household. We was doing what we was doing, so I really wasn't too much worried about trying to find everybody.
Right.
But now the older I get and the more I turn into a man, I want to know my family.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to make a way. I could have a cousin out there or uncle out there that could really help me, or I could help them, and I don't even know them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of hard trying to find. I got a couple family members I know, but it's like, I'm trying to find the whole side of the family that I don't know.
How do you repair that? For anybody at home or for you, how do you repair that?
Well, so one thing I'll say is that you can't force a relationship that don't nobody want to have.
Mic drop.
You can,
boom.
Hey,
Hold up, mic drop. Boom. Like, that was, even if we left it on that, mic drop. Repeat that, bro.
You cannot force a relationship that don't nobody want to have. I done tried to reach out to a couple people and stuff like that, but if ain't nobody trying, you got to keep it pushing. You got to keep it pushing because you got to provide for you and your people at the end of the day.
That's right.
But I would say try to reach out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't know that part of the family, like you might be a cousin or uncle that you know of, but you don't really want to reach out because you don't know them like that.
Yeah.
But just try.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think like in families, there's so much. I always like to say that God is like breaking generational curses through our generation. We talked about that. And I think that like our parents and our older people, they kept stuff a lot of secrets. But then now like their secrets and them little demons that was causing them.
It's haunting us.
It's haunting us. And then they stand back and judge us. And then they don't realize that we're overcoming the demons that they were scared to overcome.
Exactly.
So how do you deal with that? And what is your take on that?
So like we talked about the other day, like I'm going to speak it into existence. Like I look at it, it's a generational curse. Like I look at me and my dad's relationship.
That's
I
right.
look at my dad and my granddad's relationship, and I can only just keep going back. Like it's been kind of jacked up for some generations, and that's just what it is. We got to be realistic, you know.
Wow.
But somebody got to break the curse, because I know I don't want my son to ever feel the way I felt.
Wow.
Like it's definitely gonna change right here, you know, for surely. It's
We're
definitely
breaking
gonna
generational
change.
curses.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
I don't even play
we
that.
breaking generational curses.
Because it's not cool at the end of the day. Like, well, nothing cool about that stuff that we done went through, and me and my son is not knowing each other, and just everything that we got going on. At the end of the day, now that we all grown, it ain't cool. So it ain't gonna happen again.
It's not gonna happen again. And one thing I always like to say is the devil loves division, because if you're divided, because God tells you that it's all about love and being united in unity. So if the devil can cause you to be divided, then he's winning.
Exactly.
So it's really about reconciliation. Jesus came to reconcile us back to God. So we have to be the ones who reconcile our families together. But if, like you said, if they don't want it, we got to keep it pushing.
Because no matter what you got going on, remember, it's not about you at the end of the day. It's about your peoples. Like, if I got a problem going on with somebody, I don't really care about that problem. But my kids need to know each other. I owe it to my kids for them to have a relationship with each other. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. It ain't about if I got a problem with their baby mother or anything like that. Yeah. It's about,
like, it's like, get more mature and stop getting into the little drama. Don't let the devil keep this family divided.
Because it's going to be a generational thing. It happened to you. If you do the same thing, it's going to happen to your kids. Like,
That's right.
Let's be real. Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's about breaking that generational curse, and it's just kind of like creating an atmosphere that allows for you to go back to restore it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, you're drinking. Did your dad drink?
Like I said, I don't really got the best relationship with him, but I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah.
Because even breaking that, trying to stop drinking, because that was hard for you, but even that could be a generational curse.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't tell us, so we don't have the tools or the necessities.
But like you said, they definitely don't tell you, but they try to hide it and judge you. You know what I'm saying? Because I had gotten into it with him one time, and that was like the first thing he harped on was calling me like an alky and all that stuff.
Wow.
But it's like, shoot, I mean, I could be real with myself. I had a problem, but I'm working on fixing it. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't going to help me fix it, though, don't speak on it.
Oops.
You feel me?
If you see I have a problem and you're not going to help me, don't speak on it.
I'm not scared to hide that I have certain problems. That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to fix it.
We all have problems.
But I'm trying to fix it. Don't sit here and judge me.
I'm trying to fix it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm part living in half of your problems. Yeah, for real.
You said I'm trying to fix it, and truthfully, I'm living out your problems that you didn't fix.
Exactly.
You're judging me, and I'm living out your problems that you didn't fix. So in all actuality, I'm doing you a favor.
I'm the one trying to connect the family and bring all the siblings and stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
And that's for mom, dad,
and that should have been done already.
Is that for uncle, cousin, sister?
Everybody. I'm trying to get the boat rolling.
I'm trying to get the boat rolling so that we can pick this thing up.
And another thing I want to say, like, if you do, because I got a couple partners that they definitely relate to me on this.
Yeah.
Like, if you do got siblings out there that, you know what I'm saying, y'all don't talk or nothing like that because of like a parent issue or something like that.
Come on.
If y'all all grown now, it's on y'all. And that's what I've been telling my siblings. It's like, okay, we ain't been close because of him. You know what I'm saying? But we all grown now. We can all drive. We can all, if we want relationships, it's on us. But you can't force someone nobody want to have it.
Wow, it's on us now. That on
we
us
the adults.
spirit. That on us spirit, bro. It's like it's on us, bro. Y'all don't understand. It's on us, and now we have to break it.
Yeah.
But you're breaking it.
Yeah.
And you're doing a good job, bro.
Just like financial situations. Like I feel like a lot of families, they hit like a certain area, and it's kind of like that's what they living in. Okay, we got this much money, we gotta make it work.
We just gonna stay there.
Yeah, like I'm even showing my people, it's like, no, we about to bring more money into it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Generational wealth.
Exactly, because I done left and I done found some ways, you know what I'm saying? I done listened to people and I'm bringing it back to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we about to turn it up.
We about to turn it up. I'm breaking the generational curse of poverty. Come on, stop playing.
Stop playing.
But they don't really see that at first.
Exactly.
But sometimes you gotta let them live in the dark while you go be in the light, and then you go back and save them.
I left off and I didn't burn no bridges for some rank. I kept it real with everybody.
Come on.
Even if I was the ranked up, that rank wouldn't have got me no more money than my boy telling me about these cryptocurrencies got me.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Educate yourself. Yeah. Educate yourself. And then like being black even. It puts another level on trying to break those curses because it's just something about being black that you have so much more weight on you.
Exactly.
But there's something that I believe God gifts us with, which is a strength that causes us to just prevail and keep on, you know what I mean?
Going.
We reach it. So What are some things that you would say to some people at home that's watching that feels like they just need to reach that place of breaking all these curses?
Yeah, it's just keep working, you know? It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but,
Come on.
you know, you living in your current situation because of stuff that happened in the past.
That's right.
So the only way you could change tomorrow is starting today.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even worry about your current situation because as long as you change right now, it's going to be different down the road.
Faith.
Just go hard right now and
Yeah.
just know that your life down the road going to reflect what you're doing today.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Your future, I always say, do something today that your future self will be proud of.
Exactly.
And that's what we doing.
Yeah.
So, you know, bro, like, I feel like I always like to close the show out with words of wisdom.
Yeah.
This is something I did in season 1, so I'm going to keep it up season 2 because I got some feedback on it. You know, I like to ask people, what's your mantra? What is something that you would like to tell people?
And that's do it for your family, not your followers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Do it for your family, not your followers.
I'm trying to tell you.
Do it for your family, not your followers. And God is your family first and foremost, so do it for him, not for the clout, not for your followers.
Yeah.
And y'all already know what mine is. If you don't, you about to hear it. It's time. Find freedom. It's time.
God.
Find God. Let's go, man.
Let's do it.
Season 2, we back, man. We got so many more footage and so much more stuff for you to see. I love y'all, and I cannot wait for y'all to keep seeing us elevate. Cannan, you'll be back.
My boy.
My boy.
Freedom Experience. Appreciate y'all for having me. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Peace.
A freedom experience.